Alright, so today we're going to be adding our contour lines to our watercolor blobs. So you can see my finished example here. I'm just going to set that off to the side, and here is my second example. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, and anywhere that I didn't fully fill in my circles, anywhere that I can still see that pencil showing up, I'm going to go ahead and just erase, just to make things look a little bit neater. I did pretty well of filling in my circles, but there's a couple of spots I want to fix really quick. So that's the first step. The second step, we're going to take our permanent markers, and we are going to be outlining the blobs themselves. That's our first thing. So these blobs kind of mix together a little bit, so when I outline, I'm just going to connect them. So I'm going around, I'm trying to be as careful as I can so that I am right on that line. That way you don't see any of the white from the paper. Once it's outlined, there I can kind of fill in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to do this to every single one of my blobs. It's kind of fun when the blobs aren't perfect circles because they create some of those different shapes. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just taking my time. And so on. I'm going to do that to every single one. Then, once I've done that once, I can start going around them again. So we're creating these contours, we're going around the shape, but then we're kind of making like these concentric circles. So they're just going to keep going out and out and out and out. So this one, and I can kind of choose how far apart I want everything spaced, but this one's going to go like that. Notice how I kind of dive in and come back out. Okay. Trying out some new markers today. They're kind of interesting. So I'm going to go all the way around here. Notice how if it kind of juts in, my next line is going to do the exact same thing. I'm following that same design all the way around. Okay. And as I kind of get the hang of it, I can go a little bit faster, but it's okay to just take your time. So then once I get to the point where I'm kind of starting to get close to this one, let's say I kind of add some lines around here. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to keep echoing around it. I think this one's going to get one more. Okay, so now I'm kind of to the point where they're pretty close together. I'm going to add another line around here. And I think that'll kind of fit through. So this one's getting a third little line around it. That looks pretty good. Now, if I were to go around this one again, it's going to intersect. I can't let that happen. So watch what happens instead. I'm going to start off just how I've been. And then once I get here, instead of trying to sneak through that little space, my blobs are going to conjoin, just like I did with this one. So it's going to start to kind of come around here. And then same thing around this way. Okay, then maybe I'm going to move on to this one because I know it's going to get kind of close here, and eventually, you know, this blob is probably going to overtake this blob and overtake that blob and all the other ones. So we're just going to keep going around and around until it kind of looks like this.